Yep. Good evening, all.
Hello, hello.
Happy Friday.
Yes. Friday, your reward for making it through the week.
And so here's the teaser for any of those that have been in the viewer chat over the last couple days and heard me talking about my Kraken and pairing it with the Cartel. Here's the first sneak peek of this matchup. It's just wee tiny.
That is beautiful.
And that is hands down the best Jenny vape I have ever had.
That means a lot coming from you.
I'm only pushing this with 18,350.
Nice.
I hated this
Very
one.
nice.
I absolutely hated it. But with the Kraken, it lines up to the taper on the top absolutely perfectly, like seamlessly perfect. So once my 18650 tube shows up, this is a permanent package. In 18650 mode, the Kraken and the Cartel are a permanent match. I just can't get over how good the flavor is. Like the flavor is better coming off of this Kraken than it is off a Dripper.
Wow, what did they do so special with that atomizer? What's the magic?
Tiny air chamber and totally adjustable airflow. You dial in your airflow at the top here. It's got holes on both sides, and it's got 3 teardrop-shaped cuts on the inner piece. It's all O-ring mounted, so you grab the top, and you turn it to control whether it's drawing from one side or drawing from both, and how much it's drawing. Because the air holes are slotted, and then it's like a triangular teardrop sideways. And so as you turn it, it gets smaller, 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 so you can cut off or increase your airflow on either one or both sides.
Okay. Interesting.
They're definitely on the pricey side, but it's a hell of a good vape. And I know we're gonna have more than a few people that are gonna say, say it ain't so, but I really have not touched anything other than my Tree of Knowledge, and then a new one that'll be coming out shortly called Voodoo Punch. It'll be released in the next week or so. You can expect Tree of Knowledge from Savvy. It'll be a CEV juice, and you can expect Voodoo Punch from Maple Leaf Vapes. And they are both apple-based, but on opposite sides of the spectrums. But I've been a lightweight fruit vapor all week, and we put Tree of Knowledge through the 30ml test 3 days in a row this week. Went through a 30ml bottle each of 3 days.
Whoa, that's a bit of juice.
And from my understanding, Bastard, right now we are looking at probably 4 weeks till we even see the tobacco collectible reproduction of the Kraken. That seems to be my current understanding on that one. And as for the price, I believe the Kraken was around $220-ish. It's a while ago that I paid for it, so I don't exactly remember. But it was in that plus $200 range. And in all honesty, when the AGT and the RSST came out, my heart kind of went away from the high-end Jennings because the affordable ones were so much better. You know, they were so comparable for so much less money. I'm sorry, but I'm right back to the high-end again, because this one just exemplifies what we expect out of a Jennings. Besides, it comes with a cool-ass sticker, and who doesn't love paying, you know, $200 for an atomizer that comes with a fucking sticker?
That makes it all worthwhile. Well, I have had an exciting week, vape mail-wise and home front-wise. I had a borrowed vehicle this week, so we got to do a lot of fun things that we don't usually get to do. And in other news, the little guy has started to give you a little bit of insight into why I seem a little bit distracted right now. He has figured out not only how to get out of his crib, but how to do it very, very well. And now the last couple nights, he has refused to stay in his bed. So it takes me like 45 minutes to an hour to finally get him settled after you start. So right now, his dad is over dealing with it, which is kind of cool because I can kind of sit here and just listen in. But if I do jump up and disappear, that's what's going on. I'll be back. The house is not on fire.
Well, see, here's my take on it. You are a seamstress. And what I would do is sew Velcro on the back of his PJs and the other side of the Velcro to the sheets. And you kiss him goodnight, you know, mommy loves you, and then you stick him in there and you press him down pretty good and hard and you, yeah!
Well, that's funny because he's really active during the day, like crazy active, like a little slightly contained tornado. And I joked this week that I'm just about at the point where I'm going to sew him a Velcro suit and I'm going to make a Velcro wall. And when Mommy's finally had enough, it's stay there a while.
Well, I remember in college they set up like a student fair in the gymnasium the one weekend. And they had these, like a horizontal bungee. And it's one of those air inflatable things. And you're wearing a suit that's totally covered in Velcro, and you got a bungee cord hooked up to a belt behind you. And you take off running down this thing till you absolutely max out the cord. And as soon as you max the cord out, you jump. And you just go flying straight backwards, and you get stuck to this bloody wall. And you're just stuck, and you can't move. Somebody's gonna peel you off of the wall.
Okay, I do have to jump out for a few seconds.
Yep.
As you were, I'll be back.
But I know when I first ordered the Kraken, when AJ come to me and asked if I wanted to get in on the pre-buy on it, it's a pretty new tank. Of course I want one. Never even looked at the pictures, other than, here's the outer appearance, there's the engraving, da-da-da-da-da. When it got here, I knew so little about it, I didn't even know how to get it apart and fill it. I tried unscrewing the top, and I'm sitting there turning, and I couldn't get it apart. until I finally got mad and just grabbed it and briefed, and here the whole thing comes apart. So, you know, there's the Jenny in and of itself. A nice little guy, about 2.2 mils of juice, and then there's the body, and as you can see, it's a really tight chamber inside there. And this top cap turns. And it's set up. It's a set up for a dual coil, so it's got air vents on both sides, and then the inner piece has 3 air slots in it. So you get to choose whether you want it set up as single coil, dual coil, or, you know, draw from both sides or side draft. And as for my opinion of it, I'm totally in love with it. I think it's the best Jenny vape I've ever had. Worth the price. Now, not so worth the price that I would buy a second one. But it's definitely in my must-keep devices. This one won't be going up for trade anytime soon. It's a great vape. Oh, and Kingpin, you nailed it right on the head. It's the best flavored vape I've ever had. Yeah, Hayes, I don't know who's in here as VapeStrong tonight. But, you know, I think that the Kraken's in a league of its own as far as the vape quality coming off it. And this is the beginning of the next generation of Genesis atomizers. Great things are on the way, because this is a total game changer, flavor-wise, fog production-wise. It's wonderful. And Tiger will be back soon. Well, my Camaro buddy there, it's looking like we're about 4 weeks from seeing a clone from Tobacco. They're running the ads already, but it's showing a minimum 4 weeks till delivery. So I think they've decided to clone it, but they haven't done it yet. Well, it's nice and warm up here, Dave. It was above freezing before 10 o'clock this morning, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't have the link saved, but it was from Joe, I believe, as well. And I did look at it, because if it was available, I would have ordered one just to see what the difference was. But when I went to the site, it showed that they're not going to be available for 4 weeks at least. Well, the grass was crispy here this morning. Had to scrape windows on the cars. Personal's in the lower mainland. He's in the tropical spot of Canada. Now Chevy, I've got two of them set up with stainless steel rope. One set up straight stainless steel rope, and one set up with stainless steel rope and mesh over top of it. And the hybrid wick, the one with the stainless steel and then the mesh over top, is by far the better of the two vapes. And I'm using 7x19 1/8" rope. Chevy, I'd go with 1/8", and then I just use mesh over top of it till it fits the wick hole properly. Or even smaller than 1/8" rope. Go with like a 3/32 rope. Yeah, I believe all the stuff I have here is 3/32. Yeah, I think that's what I have for rope is 3/32. Take care, Smoke. See, I haven't tried any 7x7 rope yet. All I've been using is the first set of 7x19 I bought. I bought 20 feet of it, and then I gave away a pile. I probably still have about 10 feet of it. But it's when set up right, it's pretty good. It definitely wicks extremely well when you've got the mesh over top of it. I don't think so, Chevy. I've used straight up fruit juices, I've used vanillas, I've used custards, and like pretty much all of my personal juice is 30% PG, 70% VG, and it wicks just fine. So I don't think it really matters what percentage you use. I think it's going to wick pretty good for you. I know the one I have set up is a hybrid wick, where it's got the mesh over top. I can hold it straight up and down. It's built at 0.54 of an ohm. I can hold it straight up and down, hit the button, and it'll just sit there and just smoke. It'll smoke until it runs the tank dry without tilting. So it wicks amazingly well, better than straight up mesh by itself ever has. Yeah, don't hold grudge against mesh when you're using a line V2. I have a couple line V2s, and I quite enjoy them for the flavor, but they're not the best functioning Jenny on the market. probably more like the worst functioning Jenny on the market. But the flavor is phenomenal. And I think it's all because of the size of the air chamber. They're so tiny. And that's what has happened with the Kraken, is it's got such a tiny air chamber that the flavor is just phenomenal. I don't think so, Dave. I think mesh is good, but it all depends on your builds and how easily you can do them. Like, I got no problem with building just about anything, and so for me, there's no more work in using mesh than there is in using silica. For someone just starting out, it's much easier to set up with silica because you got no hot spotting to worry about. As long as your coil's good, it'll vape good. And so there's far more learning curve with using the mesh than there is with using silica. But once you get it figured out, I believe you get a better vape off of mesh than off of silica. I'm only using Canthal wire anymore. I actually gave away all of my Canthal ribbon. Yeah, Bassett, in my build, my mesh only sticks down into my tank about that far. The mesh is pretty much only at the top. Yeah, and Zippy, you already know that's exactly why I went away from the ribbon. It's great till it gets gunked up, and then it's harder to clean. It also droops. It's got less strength than than just the wire, and it's harder to keep it in shape for a long period of time. Whereas a properly built, coil made with, 25, 26, 28 gauge Canthal, heats fast, and it can take a lot of cleaning. It can be torched repeatedly, it can be dry fired to clean it, it can handle being cleaned with a wire brush if need be. They're just tougher. And I'm one of those, I take pride in being able to build something and not having to touch it again for 3 months. I think that's a pretty big selling point to the Jenny for me. Well, Chevy, there's always a place for it. And it's one of those things, you might end up just loving it. Lots of people do. I like the simplicity of being able to drain a tank, pop the top, grab a torch, burn the coil clean, blow across it a couple times, dry fire it, fill the tank up with the same juice or a different juice, put 3 drops on top of the wick, pop the cap back on, stick it in my yap and hit the button, and it works. That's what I want in a rebuildable, where I can get a good 20 cleans out of it before I need to rebuild. It's also the reason why I stay away from any mesh that's finer than 400. I found with the 500 and the 625 that the mesh burns out way too quick. On 500 at sub-ohms, I was only getting about 7 days out of a wick before I'd burn through the wick and I'd have to replace it. And at the time I was doing it, I was also doing the wire ribbon, the Canthal ribbon, and so I was having to rebuild every 7 days, and it was just pissing me off. I kept thinking I was doing something wrong, and all it was is that the mesh was just way too fine and couldn't handle the heat of a 0.6 ohm Jenny build. Now I'm running 325 and 400, just depending on which package of mesh I grab. No rhyme or reason to if I use 325 or if I use 400. It's literally just whichever package I grab first is what I use in the next build. And it seems to last as long as the coil does, and just delivers what I need it to. Yeah, Z28, I have not used 32 gauge wire in probably over a year. The thinnest wire that I stock is 30 gauge, but 99% of my builds is done with 26 gauge Canthal. And there's the key with rebuilding. If you know where your happy spot is and you can just hit that same number every time, you're way ahead of the learning curve already. And yeah, I sub-ohm everything down. I'm one of those people that is disheartened with the DNA 20 because it doesn't have enough power for it. Tiger will be back in a little bit, Big Bamboo. She's just dealing with her little guy right now. But yeah, I sub-ohm everything. Like, my sweet spot starts at 26 watts and goes up from there. So it's just what it is.
I'm so addicted to all the things you do when you're going down on me. In between the sheets, all the sounds you make with every breath you take. It's unlike anything when you're loving me.
I almost don't dare speak. I don't even want to make a sound.
Turn up the mic, turn up the game.
Yeah, I think so. Be very, very quiet. Oh, I'm just catching up on chat now. Yes, Hayes, I am definitely having kid issues. Definitely.
Now, Z28, to me, in my experience, when I'm getting a burnt taste, it's got more to do with not having enough airflow for the heat I'm running than it does about the heat I'm running. Like, I can take a dripper, a rebuildable dripper, without drilling the air hole out, and if I go, say above 17 watts, it'll burn the juice. But if I drill out the air hole, and then drop down to like 0.4 of an ohm, it won't burn the juice, and I get a great vape. Now, my given air hole is an 1/8 of an inch. Please don't step up to that in one shot. When you're trying to learn your sweet spot in air hole, use something cheap and just step up one bit size at a time till you find your perfect place. And don't just drill it out, put it on, take a pull, oh, I could use more, vape it. Drill it out one size, vape it for an hour.
Yeah.
And then think it through, go up one more size, and just work it that way. And in the course of a day or two, you will know where your sweet spot is without having wrecked anything.
Yeah, it's always easier to take out a little more metal than to put some back.
Yeah.
So.
There's just gotta be more to you and me. I'm so addicted to all the things you do when you're going down on me. In between the sheets, all the sounds you make with every breath you take. It's so like anything.
I thought about it, Curly. And then I realized I have enough irons in the fire right now. I didn't need another new, really expensive one. And it was a really good call because, not all that long after deciding that I really don't need one, I get a message from KP on Skype saying that the mods are ready and here's your part of the bill. Okay. Please remind me what this is for. Well, once he reminded me, then I remembered the conversation from the past. But I didn't remember right then. Though, quite honestly, I get those messages from KP. You know it's going to be something good. Whether you know what it is or not is immaterial. You know it's going to be something good. Yes, it is. More brass. See, I've been running the Pro Tank 2 on my 134, and I've been running it unmodified at about 8 watts, bouncing between 8 and 9 watts. No, it's all good, KP. It's all good. And it's... I found the Pro Tank, if I went above 9 watts, I started to get scorched juice. If I kept it, at 9 or just below, it was quite a nice vape. Now, if I would have drilled out the air vent on the bottom in the 510 connection on the Pro Tank, I could have went a little higher, but I'm quite happy where it is. Tiger's got the big shit-eating grin on her face because she's got this big box of vape mail to show off, and it's just killing her.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It was a good day. I'm just still listening because every so often there's a little complaint and pitch to stay up still coming from the bedroom. But I think he's losing steam. But I got a nice. I got 2 bits of vape mail today. Actually, it was very exciting. And the first thing that showed up this morning was my Magneto. And I hate to admit this, but I haven't even had an atomizer on this yet. I just had time to admire it and look it all over. And, I know that's not that exciting. It's been out for a while and stuff, but it's kind of sentimental to me because the whole story behind the detailing on it, the magneto in the 1939. My dad was born in 1939, so this is kind of my sentimental mod down. It will remind me of Daddy. And then later in the afternoon, a great big box showed up from New Jersey. Thank you, Joe. I see you're in the room. So I have been messing around with my first DNA 20. And so this is what was in there. That's the Proto Vapor XPV. And looks totally space agey. The display is so crisp. I mean, the camera's actually picking that up pretty nicely. So crisp. And you can see 7.5 watts. I never vape this low, but it's doing a great job. And I've got nothing more exciting than Evon on here, and I'm getting really good vapor off it. So this is so feather light. I think it's probably going to become my new Porta Vape. Today it pulled rank over the MVP and went out with me on errands, and I love it.
Now, what is the mall value on that one?
2,900. Now, the way you can order them, I don't know as much about it as Joe does. If Joe's actually listening, feel free to jump in here anytime. But as I understand it, in the order process, you can choose what cell you want them to use in there. It's just Phillips screws on the bottom. There's no reason to ever open it up. It's got your micro USB to charge at the back. That little black circle lights up to tell you where you're at charge-wise. But you can decide what cell you want in here, and then if it does need changing, it's as simple as changing an 18650 battery out. So if that, you guys aren't going to believe this, but the door just opened and a little 3-foot-something person is about to come running at me. So
Velcro.
Next it's going to be
Velcro.
like, oh, you have no idea. You said I sew, I'm thinking like straight jacket. I'll be back again.
For some reason, I think, child advocacy groups would probably be upset if we fitted our children with shock collars. But it is a hell of a good idea. Especially if they're the remote-controlled ones. Good night, NPG. See, I'm thinking about, on my teenagers. The remote control ones would be great. As soon as they start fighting, just mash the attack button on all three of them. Just, immobilize them right then and there in the midst of their fight. Though the invisible fence would be pretty good too, because one is quite proficient at sneaking out, and that would get him good. As soon as he goes through the fence gate, just light him up. I got two 13-year-olds and a 16-year-old. So I definitely see the benefits in this shock collar therapy. Ashfall, I would highly recommend the K-Fun Light. I have both, and I quite enjoy the light. It vapes the same, it costs less money, and it's got less things to fail. I don't see the downside.
Every day it's all the same. It brings me down, but I'm the one to blame. I've tried everything to get away. So here I go again, chasing.
Yeah, the draw is good. It's like running it wide open. The draw is good. And yeah, Beetle, the Poldiak got cloned, but it's like a Sigelli clone by the look of it. I don't think they did a very good job of it. Now, time will tell. I did not order one. I will not order one. So someone else is going to have to give me the feedback on it. But Poldiak is pretty much the pinnacle of mods in my opinion. And to bother cloning it, they've really got to step up. It does. You see the inside of it? It looks like the inside of a bolt. Yes, Big Bamboo, you are correct. We stand corrected. Yeah, I believe it's just the appearance that they went after, Bastard. Time will tell. Someone is going to get one, and they'll give us the feedback on whether it carries current well or if it works decent. I took a look at the pictures and decided it wasn't for me. Now, I do believe that Joe bought one of those Poldiak clones to compare it to his real thing. And,
Oh. I did not.
yeah, me neither.
No, I did not go all mommy dearest. Someone got a firm message that they are to stay in their bed. And it sounds like they might have. Although I will be very surprised if I don't sneak in later to find a little person in my bed, which means mommy will be sleeping on a short love seat tonight. So, yay. Yay for that.
Don't know what you're expecting of me, but under the pressure of walking in your shoes, every step that
Yeah, I remember growing up, my mother made me read Mommy Dearest. Just so I'd have a reference point, so I would know that she wasn't really that mean to me.
Well, there's some misunderstandings about the shipping, Ashfall. First off, if you got batteries in your order, it's a crapshoot, straight up. Lots of packages are getting stopped and turned around. Other ones are slipping through. So it's a crapshoot. But beyond that, a lot of their products now have different ship times. You've got to look when you're ordering when items ship. If you've got a bunch of things that ship like next day or already now, you might not want to mix something with them that says it needs 4 or 5, even 10 days.
Saw 12 days today.
I try to sort of group my orders because there's no shipping cost, so it doesn't matter. You can order everything one thing at a time if you want to. So I group items. If I group things that can ship the next day together and things that are going to wait together and so on and so forth, because then at least your whole order isn't waiting.
I'm nowhere near that coordinated with my shipping. I build the cart over a week or 2 weeks. Same as I do with my flavor carts. With my flavorings, I place an order every 2 weeks. But I build the cart over that 2 weeks. And then when, that day arrives, I order. And I try to order everything on a Saturday morning. That way it ships Monday morning. And then that's my routine. Right. I do the same thing with Fast Tech or any of those other places. I build my cart over time, and when it hits, the $150, $200 mark, I hit the buy it now. And then I sit here and wait and get bent out of shape and bitch and whatever else. And I go back and look, and sure enough, this item won't ship for 10 days. This one's, being restocked.
Yeah.
And I promised myself after, I'm not doing this again. It's free shipping. I'm not doing this again. And 2 weeks to a month later, I find myself pulling the same shit all over again. Some of us are just too stupid to learn.
It's force of habit. You used to be able to do that, but now there's some strategy involved.
Well, you used to be able to do it because Joe didn't know what Fast Tech was. They had all this product and no customers.
Lame Joe. I know I do.
Now they got more customers than they know what to do with.
Big Bamboo. It's not actually by design that I do that. It's kind of just the way my days and weeks go. On Saturday, I typically have more time to compose myself. Today especially, I'm coming off a crazy day, and I just sort of slipped into my chair in time to start. And as you can see, I haven't really spent that much time in my chair since we started. Yeah, it was a busy day. I was running around right up till about a half hour before showtime. So. Well, a hat can mean bad hair day. This wasn't actually a bad hair day. It was just a busy hair day. So it was a practical. Ponytail and hat is practical. It's not in my face. But well, it's been quiet for at least a few minutes now. I'm feeling lucky. Maybe I'll share some more of the vape mail. I've got a much better picture of the last one too that I've loaded since we talked. So I'll show you, and then you'll get a better idea what I'm talking about. This thing's pretty cool. It's like a NASA mod, I'm telling you right now. There we go. Oh, look. Those gray panels on top that have the browning and stuff like that, it's got the coolest finish to it. It's a pebbly, almost like sandblasted finish. It makes a great grippy spot for your thumb right above that display. And the other thing that she showed up today. Yay! And I haven't even gotten to play with this. It's breaking my heart.
Well,
it's sitting here.
Like the present.
It hasn't even got juice in it. I totally agree with you, and I think it's time to christen this really cool new iClear 30S with some blue honey, because I suddenly have a real craving for blue honey. So let's do that. And the cool thing about the iClear 30S, if you haven't seen them, they got a totally different system going on inside. You don't see those wicks. It's a dual coil. Ah, come on, focus.
It just makes for a much cleaner looking tank.
Yeah, not so nasty looking, especially if you're using dark juice and those wicks get all dark and it's like, ugh. But, and then the other really great thing is it's still that proprietary drip tip that screws in. But when you take it out, you can put a 510 in there. It works. You don't need to engage the threading. So I'm going to test that out right away after we get this filled up.
Yeah, I don't think the iClear 30S's are out individually yet, or at least I haven't seen them individually yet. But they come with the VTR currently.
I just forget what I heard about that now. Oh, that smells good. Okay, come on. Lid back on, nice and firm. Yeah, what drip tip are we gonna go with? I am going to cannibalize something else. Oh no, I won't. I got one of my nice long skinny ones here. There we go. See, check it out. Yeah, exactly, and that fits in there just beautifully, nice and firm. It's not gonna fall. I just love how that fits down in there, so nice.
Good evening, Rod. Long time no see, brother.
Hey, Rod. Okay. What we got going on here?
Now I'm guessing that in the long run, a person's gonna want probably a drip tip no longer than like a Cherry Vape's Ming on there. Try to keep the profile down because it is such a pocketable mod.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the bonus of having it sitting down there. You know, to put something like this on it actually almost defeats that. But I like my stilettos. I'm at my desk.
I hear you, Rod. I was sick
wonderfulness.
last week. It was no fun.
Big Bamboo, that's where I'm thinking I'd heard that. I think Joe said that there are iClear 30S's available out there. I just can't for the life of me remember where. I've got a great memory, it's just short.
See, my long term is great. My short term memory, though, has been damaged.
This is heavy. I am telling you right now. You know you got a mod in your hand when you're holding this.
Now you've got the 134. What is the
solid.
comparison?
Well, you know, I think they're pretty close. The VTR might actually be heavier. It's a little harder for me to tell because the VTR is actually like a tighter package.
Yeah.
This has got more airspace in it, but they're going to be close. I think the VTR might outweigh it by a tiny little bit. I'm going to try and put some quantitative numbers on that here, but
it's got to be one hell of a solid box mod to be even in the weight category with the 134, because 134 is solid.
Oh yeah, the case is like really good. You know, heavy metal. Even the battery door is like posh and heavy, and you know, it feels well made. Now I've only had it for a few hours, and I'm just getting into vape it now, but I'm impressed. Oh, okay. Z28 says Pipasardo did weigh them, and the VTR does outweigh. Is it by a lot? Probably just a few grams, eh?
I don't know, I'm gonna have to put the VTR on my shopping list.
You know, if you like box mods, this is pretty Cadillac.
And Dave, I gotta agree
yes,
with you.
I kept it.
My MVP1 has been through hell and back again, and it's still performing like a champ.
And I have an MVP one that's secondhand. It was Joe's when he got his version 2. He sent me this one, and it's still going strong. Up until some of this other stuff started showing up, this was my go-to to take with me when I went out. I'm kind of thinking that XPV is going to give it a little bit of a break, because that is wonderful to carry. It's just feather light. Now this comes with the VTR. It's just basically like a long extension, and it's got the Ego and 510 threading in it. So you just set that in there instead of the iClear, and then you can use anything you want on there, even if it doesn't fit in that little cage. So your Pro tanks will fit in here. Now I haven't tried that personally just yet.
See, I enjoyed the vape off the iClear 30. I just didn't like that drip kit. And so I expect, when I get one, I'm going to use the iClear 30s until they burn out. Then I'm going to switch to a Pro Tank, because I really like the Pro Tank. I think the Pro Tank, especially the Pro Tank 2, is a high point in tank technology right now. Or I may cheat.
Well,
I've been known to cheat once in a while. I may cheat and send Bash down the dimensions and have him make me a tank, a Cardo tank, just for it.
Yeah, that would be cool. Make sure it fits perfect. Yeah. The Pro Tank fits in there just nice.
Yeah, looks good.
Just nice. But the advantage, like I was saying, of the new iClear that comes with the VTR, you can use your 510s. You're not stuck with that. I don't like those great big swivels. I don't, straight up.
Well, it was the only complaint I could find with the iClear 30s, because the vape for a top coil was phenomenal. I just hated that bloody drip tip.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if it's novelty, like the novelty of something new speaking, but if I'm being really honest, I was impressed with the iClear 32 for the vape, but I think this new design has it beat. I really, really do.
We're going to have to check out for the longevity on the coils, how long it's going to last when it's all enclosed like that. It is definitely going to make washing the wicks out harder. Unless it all comes apart through the top. It very well may all come apart, I don't know.
That I don't know yet. When you pull it all apart, that inside piece with the holes and the wicks and everything in it kind of almost looks like a Cardo. It's got a flanged bottom to fit in. Here, well, how much can I take this apart without leaking juice everywhere? I think I can get that far. I'll show you what I mean. Because it kind of seals and fits in there. You've got 2 rings on the bottom of this one. There's a knurled one and a smooth one. Now that knurled one is basically just a cap. Okay, just a little cap that holds that flanged piece in place. Okay, and that whole thing kind of slips out of the bottom just like a Cardo tank with all the holes and everything. Okay, so how much that inside piece comes apart, or if it does.
Okay, they're saying in chat that the chamber is replaceable, but not just the coil.
As a whole unit, okay.
Yeah. And see, to me, adjusting the size of the VTR to fit a Jenny kind of defeats the purpose, because a Jenny is so not pocket friendly. To me, the VTR is about being pocket friendly. It's about me not having to take a Jenny to work. I honestly see a Pro Tank in my future on top.
I like to have something. I love my Jennies, but I do like to have something I can throw in my purse and not worry that, you know, it's filling my purse with juice. And for those of you who still don't mind having, you know, your vape sitting up on top of your box mod, they do enclose. I started to show you this. It's just basically an extender that sits in that spot in place of the iClear 30S or ProTank or whatever you wanted to use there, and that'll sit in there flush to there and give you the ability to put anything you want on it. Now that has a beauty ring on top that covers up the ego threads and not that you and the 510, but you can take that off so you can use it in any ego threaded device. Probably won't get a lot of use with me because, like I say, the part I love about this is that it sits down in, but...
And it's going to protect that 510 connection. It's going to take a beating and not risk snapping off a connector. You know, the worst I think you're going to have happen is cracking a tank, and it's going to take one hell of an impact to crack an iClear 30. Or knocking off and losing a drip tip. That's really the biggest problem I see is losing a drip tip.
Yep. And because with this one the drip tip isn't part of the seal is created elsewhere. You could theoretically, if you're worried about it, pop that off for traveling. If, you know, still wouldn't want to get dust and stuff down in there. So, but put a little tiny stubby on there, and that'd be awesome. And as with Innokin lately, it comes in the neatest little box.
Yeah, they've so stepped up the game and really have changed it. We need to be expecting more out of the other manufacturers.
A company always on the run.
Now, I don't expect a fancy box when I buy a high-end mod. I'm paying enough for the mod that I don't want, you know, to be paying extra. I love how Poldiak ships inside the wood cutout, so it's protected. But other than that, it's not necessary. But a mass-produced manufacturer that we're paying top dollar on, it sure is nice getting that proper case and a professional, you know, appearance. It's just the next step.
Yeah.
So I'm still working at trying to fall in love with my nemesis. And
Working at it. Oh no.
I have to say it's not going to replace the Chi-Yu as my bottom button of choice anytime soon. I love the innovation, but it's not doing it for me like the Chi is.
And yes, Ashfall, the Poldiak survived even customs. And Chess's, I think you're referring to mine. Yeah, customs tried, but it survived.
So, a couple weeks ago, I decided it was time for me to step up and improve my labeling. So I went and bought a Brother thermal label printer and bought a full case of rolls of label, and it all came Wednesday and Thursday. I set it up this morning. And I had the software installed on my computer for about 2 minutes before I was printing labels. And was so impressed that I turned around and bought 2 more of the printers. And two more cases of different sizes of labels. So I'm going to end up with 3 of these printers on my desk. One permanently set up for labeling 10 ml bottles, one permanently set up for labeling 30 ml bottles, and one set up for 140s and up, as well as for doing my shipping labels.
Cool. That's nice. That'll save you some time.
Well, 3 of them side by side will have a smaller footprint than one normal inkjet printer. But I was quite impressed. I didn't know what to expect. And I was quite impressed with what I got, and that this, computer dummy could figure out the software, make my own labels, and get them looking good in just a couple of minutes.
So, dummy my butt. You do just fine. Taught me an awful lot.
Not about a computer, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, computer-related stuff, yeah.
I had to go back through old emails and try to find my receipts for my DNA 20 chip. I bought a chip a long time ago, and it sat here and sat here. Then when I had all the pieces together, I shipped it off to Ricardamon. Here they sold me a dud chip. It doesn't function properly. Rick's got it built, and it's not working correctly, and auto-firing and all this bullshit. And so he sent pictures of his build to Evolve, and they can't find a problem with it. So they wanted it returned, and they'll either fix or replace. The problem's on their end. And so it's going to be 2 weeks ago that Rick sent me the email. And you think in my mess of an inbox I could find these receipts? So I finally found them today. And so I got to get those printed off and then mailed out to Rick. And then he's got to mail the receipts along with that back to the States. And so we're probably looking at a month out till I see the next one. But that was disheartening.
Yeah, for sure. Major delay. You'd think they'd test those things.
This isn't the first one I've heard of being problematic. I know that Shan has had a few that have been all out DOA. Like this has got a glitch in it, but I know Shan's had some that were just DOA. Oh, it's all good, Rick. The problem isn't on your end. We all know that. The problem is right from Evolve, and they're going to sort it out.
Now y'all just have to hurry up and wait.
Isn't that the name of the game of vaping, though?
Pretty much.
It's a world of hurry up and wait. How many people knew their mailman before they started vaping?
No kidding. I have personal relationships now with both the morning guy and the afternoon guy because my stuff doesn't come all at once. Little letter mail and little stuff that's easy to carry comes in the morning, and bigger stuff shows up, just early afternoon. And yeah, I know them both.
Well, on Wednesday, I had a chat with my Purelator guy. Purelator is going to be doing all the UPS deliveries out here now. And so I had a chat with him, and I've got all that pre-signed bullshit done with them, so they can just drop and go. But showed them, if nobody's home, don't feel bad. Just open the back door of the house and just push the parcel in, and yeah, no problem. Good to go. So after my chat with him, I went back to all the American sites that I buy from and changed, in my bulk orders, changed my shipping information all to a street address so it can all come courier. As much as I hate courier, when I'm buying flavoring and the weight of the package is getting into that huge numbers, it literally cuts the cost in half to have it come courier.
Oh, wow.
And then with the labels, I ran into a glitch. I paid extra to have it shipped USPS for this case of labels. And it's an option right on their site, so I get my post office box, paid the extra for USPS express shipping. I get my tracking number, and it's UPS. But with a little disclaimer, this may be redirected. So no big deal. FedEx does that every once in a while, where they'll ship with FedEx and then it comes Canada Post. Good deal. We get a phone call on Tuesday morning. This is UPS calling from the Winnipeg office. We've got a parcel here for you, but it's got a post office box on. We're going to need a physical address to be able to deliver this. And it showed up, and I shit you not, this was the packing materials inside the case. 4 USPS mailing envelopes inside the UPS box. You figure that shit out. Nothing even in them. They're unused. All the boxes of labels were in the big box, and those 4 envelopes were put on top of them, and then the whole box was taped up.
Wow. Should send them a link for bubble wrap.
It just left me shaking my head, because why? Like, really?
Oh, I've been known to reuse those. I'll save them and use them as packing material, but that's after they've been through the mail once.
That's the first time that I've had a business ship me packing materials. Like, I usually have stuff in the envelopes, not just loose envelopes in the package.
Yeah, Zen28 says they just wanted you to have some mailers, but unfortunately they should have sent him Canada Post mailers, because then at least it's something he can use, right?
I just thought it was goofy as hell. But I can't complain on the price. Here's a roll of, brother label. And depending where you buy it, this roll costs anywhere from $17 to about $23 for that particular roll. Well, from the wholesaler, that roll of label cost me $3.10. Except, this roll is 26 feet long, and the rolls from the wholesaler are 100 feet long.
Oh, wow.
So it's 3 times more for just a pittance of the price.
Good deal.
And they stand up pretty good. I soaked this one in juice today. I was in a Skype call with Sabby this morning, and I literally sprayed this entire bottle with juice. I just took a bottle and just covered the label in juice, rubbed it in with my thumbs. I couldn't get any of the printing to come off them. None. Like, it's definitely, you know, juice stained, but it has not affected anything on it at all.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear.
So, quite impressed with that. And it had to have been good, because when I told Amy I bought 2 more printers, she didn't slap me. Yeah, it's a plasticized label. It's also really sticky. Like, I've been having problems with labels, so I've been putting clear tape over top of my labels to get them to stay on. Now with this, you got to work at it to get that label back on. And they're cut to fit labels, because there's the continuous roll. So I just designed in the software that the label has like an 1/8 of an inch overlap, and bang, you just wrap it around, it reattaches onto itself. There's no way in hell it's coming off.
Oh, good.
And for me, the best part always is that the software is user friendly. And with the address software on it, it builds your database for you. So without me having to figure out how to do any of that shit, it saves the shipping labels for me, so I never have to go back and find someone's information a second time, which means my current filing system of writing on business cards, I don't need to do anymore. I just have 100 or so of these to enter into the software.
Oh, that's cool. That'll save a lot of time in the long run.
Now, just give me 1 sec here.
Oh, that is the one drawback, Z28. Yeah, your hot water bath is going to turn that label black, more than likely.
I don't know if hot water will be enough. I'm going to have to test that. I'll have to throw one into my my ultrasonic, because my ultrasonic brings the water to about 85 degrees Celsius and holds it there.
Okay, yeah, that'll be an excellent test.
And it sits in there for 30 minutes. It's not cold yet. It's not 40 below. It's not cold.
Oh.
And seeing I always forget to send Rod his bottle of juice. Rod, what milligram value are you at right now, brother?
Diana, with with regular labels that will water smear, yes, that will help. With a label though that is heat sensitive, if the heat is getting to the contents of the bottle, it's getting to the label of the bottle too, so it probably won't help.
Well, what milligram, Rod? I'm doing a label right now.
Hey, Kriegs, welcome to the room.
You Kriegs.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Our eyes get so red. And what the hell is on Joey's head? This is where I grew up.
Well, there's a little lull in conversation. I have something interesting to share. I got a nice little message from Savvy this evening of cevstore.com. And, oh, what am I doing? I'm clicking things and all kinds of things are going on here. Whoa, slow down. Okay. He wanted us to let you guys know, special for tonight, coupon sale. So cevstore.com. I'm going to put that link in the room. cevstore.com. There you are. 18% off. This is an awesome coupon. And okay, now this is funny. This is funny because I'm basically reading this to you as I received it, but I'm just realizing he didn't give me the code.
Oh,
Savvy.
code's 18 off.
Oh, it's just 18 off? Okay, well, there we go.
I'll
Coupon.
go to Facebook and check
okay.
it out.
No, you know what? I've misread. I smushed two words together. Here it is. It's, well, what he wrote to me, maybe both of them work, but sale 18. Okay, there we go. Sale 18. There we go, 18% off. Now that won't work on Provari, but it will work on Inikin and Sentinel. Oh my goodness, 18% off Inikin stuff. So, and why 18? Because they are celebrating. They are moving from 940 to 922 View Street. So the difference is 18, and that's what you're getting off, 18%.
And sorry, the code is sale 18.
Okay. Yeah, no, the way it read, I thought I was just reading words that had been smushed together, but no, it's yeah. There we go. He's still not shipping to the US, bastard. I am sorry. That is something that is important to them and they are working on, but right now it's just been problematic. They are attempting to find a solution to the problem. Yeah, sorry, bastards. And did you see Rod's reply, Corey?
Yep, I just gotta fix
Stand
my
12
label here.
12.
I thought he was at 15 still, so one quick correction here. I hit print again.
I could relive those days. I know the one thing that would never change. Every memory of looking out the back door. I have a photo album spread out on my bedroom door.
Yeah, true enough, KP. As much as I am sorry, bastard, we're so used to seeing that in reverse. Boy.
Nope. There's the newest creation.
Every time I do it makes me laugh. Every time I do it makes me.
Nice. Those look great.
It's not a Tiger creation, nowhere near that good, but I could do it in 2 minutes, and I can modify it, and I'm still gonna have a request for a proper template done for me, but
Hey, no problem. Give me your specs. We'll go get her done. But right now, I'm impressed. I mean, I'm following that, not even in the Hangout. I'm following that right from the website, small screen, and I can read the whole thing, and that's awesome. Oh, Diana wants to know what's G-Money.
G-Money is a vanilla custard. Let's call it a brother to Vader Pudding. Vader Pudding is exclusive to Maple Leaf Vapes, and that's the only place you are ever going to get. Ian and I have an understanding, and it's that's just the way it is. And so I made a new one. Now this is not Vader. It's not Vader-ish. Let's just call it, Vader's red-headed step sibling. It's the same family, but it's a different juice. It's got more spice to it, but backed off on the creamy. What it is some people really love Vader. Some people really love, Shake. Some really hate both of those. So what I did is I kind of tried to make middle ground in between, my creamy, beautiful Vader Pudding and my spicy, sharp Shake. And middle ground is G-Money. And it seems that so far that the testing on it is really solid. People are happy with it. It doesn't replace either of the others. It just adds to the family.
Yes, Druckus, you're in the right place for chat. We're no longer using Justin. Vaughn has fixed their problems with their chat, so we have moved back to one unified broadcast. The easiest thing is just tune in at VapeStrong.ca, and then you're looking at the right chat. There's no problem. Doesn't matter about the puddings. You'll always be a PB&J lover. Corey doesn't even have to ask who I'm talking about. He doesn't even have to look up.
That's the end. We all love her to death. I sometimes question her sanity at picking that as her all-day juice. I'm honored, and at the same time more than a little floored.
But there's a dark side creation for everyone. Oh, isn't that strange? A couple people are saying the chat wasn't loading at VapeStrong. I didn't have a problem. I had to load the page twice, but everything's up now.
Yeah, and see, I'm in there. It seems to be working fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna have to get our IT guru on that. Kriegs, you still in here? Fix it, please. The only one smart enough.
Make it go. Make it go.
You know, there, not last week, week before, I couldn't get in on Chrome. I had to come in through Firefox to be able to get chat through. I'm in on Chrome right now, but I have had that issue where something is off on my browser, and I just had to switch browsers.
Oh, thanks, Kriegs. It's a problem on their end, so.
Well, yeah, Kriegs investigated. When I was having issues getting in, Kriegs investigated, and the smart ass told me it was an ID10T error.
Bastard. You mean this kind? ID10T?
Yeah, just like that.
It's a really visual. It's a visual joke, you know. Kriegs knows his stuff. He knows all those IT things. You probably run into your share of RTFM problems as well, Kriegs, I would imagine. Oh, I don't know about the PEBCAC, P-E-B-K-A-C. Help me out.
What's sad is the first time that I physically heard about an ID10T error. I think it was Eva talking about it in a hangout. I had to Google that shit. And as I'm typing it in, like, whoa, wait a minute here. Switch from writing the word 10. Oh, fuck. Yeah, leave it to Eva. She got me again. I was having issues with something. She told me I had an ID10T error. Very common, very common. You have an ID10T error.
Oh, I like the PEBCAC. Now that I know what it is, that's a good one too. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. Love it.
I have that problem a lot, especially if I've been drinking. I go to reach for my keyboard and I fall out of my chair. You know, you want me to troubleshoot your, $3 million laser? No problem. That's within my skill set. You want me to realign the ways on a CNC lathe? Not a problem. That's within the skill set. You want me to do a fresh install of Windows 7 on my PC? Fuck that shit. That's way over my head.
Now, Corey, there's some interesting comments in chat, and you're the juice guy, so I'm going to turn this over to you. We're talking about vanilla flavorings and the chemical. Now, I'm not sure about the exact pronunciation of this. Diacetyl, I read it all the time. Diacetyl.
Diacetyl?
And Diactyl. Oh, okay. See, I just really wanted it to be a soft C. I guess it's.
Oh, I might be saying it wrong.
All right. Oh well, you know.
I
your
can't
guess is
spell
as
it,
good as
so.
mine. But is that in all custards? That just because we see vanilla and custard doesn't mean it's necessarily there. That's a good place to find it, but
Okay.
there are safe flavorings, right?
What we use is diactyl free, diacetyl, however you want to call it. There are some that you want to avoid, but they're pretty well known, and they're stayed away from. Now, ones that you really, really want to stay away from, butter flavor, because that's actually what it is. That diactyl, diacetyl, however it's properly said, is the butter flavor. And where it's most prominent is in microwave popcorn.
Alrighty. Now there we don't worry about it because we're not inhaling it, but as soon as we're doing something with it that it's a flavor and we're inhaling, that's a concern.
Now, Rod will have to step in here. There's another chemical that makes the custard note. It's not diacetyl, diactyl, whatever. They're bigger name. At certain temperatures.
Yeah, that one starts with A.
Yeah, at certain temperatures, it can go through a couple chemical processes, and it may or may not create a subset of diactyl.
Okay.
It is generally accepted as safe, but there is always that it may not. And it's there's no concrete one way or the other.
Okay. But we can say with all confidence that yours and the Maple Leaf line are completely diactyl,
Yes.
or however it is, free.
Yep.
Yes.
And that is, I do research, Sabby does research, Ian does research, Rod spends tons and tons of time doing the research, getting the MSDS from the manufacturers. Maple Leaf goes as far as having their base ingredients sent to a pharmacist for testing. CEV has a doctoral chemist on staff, and so there's a lot of brain power that gets put into making sure that what we're using is the right stuff. People far, far smarter and more educated than myself do the investigation, and we just benefit from it. And if you see the flavoring on Flavor Fog, it is a diactyl-free flavor. That's just the way it is. If Rod stocks it, it's already been proven safe.
Yeah, and Vape Dave, it's great to talk about because it is a concern. So, ask the questions, know what you're buying and how they make it.
And the big thing
because
is,
while we can talk about the ones we know that don't have it, there are some that may. So never
there's
hurts
a
to
lot of juicers popping up, and this is not the businessman in me talking. I please don't think that. This is the vapor and community oriented broadcaster. Buy juice from someone you trust. Make a relationship with your juice vendor. It's fine to buy little bottles all over the place to find the flavors you like. When you find what you like, make a relationship with that vendor or that juicer. Ask the questions, demand the answers, and move on from there.
Oh, Diana, be careful with that one. If you're about to try vanilla cupcake, there may be no coming back from that one. You might be addicted first puff.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. That's one of my better ones. I don't know if Sabby will forgive me for that. Sabby was a die-hard tobacco baby. Die-hard. He was launching these juices I was creating and not even trying them. He was just taking my word for it they were good. Until the day he cracked open a bottle of vanilla cupcake. Now he's all about the cupcake and delight and all this other stuff. Not even touching his tobaccos anymore. He was bugging me about that this morning. I'm like, yep, I broke the Frenchman. I broke Sebastian. He will never be the same vapor that he once was.
Yep. Oh, Z28. I wasn't aware cyanide is in apple seeds. I knew almonds could be responsible for creating that. You don't want to have almonds in the back of your cupboard too long.
Well, I guess that my system must be, totally, resistant to cyanide, because I eat the apple seeds, apple core, the whole 9 yards, and I eat almonds by the pound.
Oh, well, if you go through them that quick, they don't have time to go bad and create that, so you're all good.
If I'm bored enough at work and I had a peach in my lunch, I'll even break the peach pit open and eat before I'm good. Like, redneck, not much slows me down.
You've been slowly poison-proofing yourself. That's really smart.
I've been working quite hard on my immunity to sugar cookies. I don't know if I've succeeded yet, but I am conscientiously working on building up my immunity to sugar cookies.
Death by chocolate, Diana. Yeah. Chocolate is a really hard flavor to get right in a juice. I've tried a number of chocolate vapes and liked very few of them. That's one of the likes. So.
No sugar cookies out, guys. They're mixing it this weekend at CEV. It's available directly from myself. It's available from River City. It's available from Redux Vapors.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Well, vaping bacon violates all 10 of the vaping commandments. Eating bacon while vaping something else gets you forgiveness from all sorts of evils. No. See, only an American calls back bacon ham, or Canadian bacon. Back bacon is back bacon. It's what it is. It is not Canadian bacon. It is back bacon, or it is ham. Bacon is this lovely strip. If it's truly good bacon, it'll be 1/4 of an inch thick. You'll buy it in a slab, not sliced. You gotta slice that shit yourself.
Hardcore.
Better yet, you would have shot the pig yourself and done the curing yourself. That is the best bacon. It's a travesty to pour out bacon cracklings. You need to either fry eggs or hash browns or onions in the bacon cracklings after you're done frying your bacon.
Oh dear.
It lubricates the arteries and ensures you will live forever.
I saw a quip, probably on Facebook meme, that you would have enjoyed. Bacon, the candy part of the pig.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing, and this is how you remind me.
No, bacon is king's fare around here.
This is how you remind me.
And the best part of it is, Amy loves us enough to cook it and never complain, but she hates it and won't eat it, so it's one less person to share the bacon with.
Brilliant.
And the way that we fill our deep freezers, we get down to 40 pounds of bacon in the freezer. It's panic time. That is getting down to critical levels.
Now, did you know she didn't like bacon but would cook it before you got together? Because, like, I'm thinking that might have just cinched the deal.
I don't know. I was pretty drunk in the whole getting to know each other process. And to be totally fair, she was pretty drunk in that process too. So I might have been told. I don't remember.
I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever.
I knew that I needed a hand up in reeling this one in, and I knew just by body size my alcohol tolerance was far higher, and so alcohol was my friend. Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
Oh, you're so lucky you can't be heard right now.
Yeah, she'd hit me. It's all good though. At supper tonight, we were talking about Zai and Smoke Eater, and the fact that if we get her too worked up on Saturday nights, she throws shit out, and it'll be anything in her hand, batteries, juice bottles, whatever. And so I'm telling Amy this, and she just gets all serious. You mean she can throw heavy shit like that, and all I throw is socks? Whatever.
Well, I was going to say, Smoke Eater needs to be a little more strategic. About 10 minutes to showtime, he needs to start casually just putting stuff away. Every time you walk by the desk, you just palm something and put it away and replace it all with Nerf balls or something.
How much is real? So much to question.
Oh, if Zai's listening, I'm in so much trouble.
the start. Just listen to the noises. Before you tell yourself it's just a different scene. Remember, it's just
No, the funniest is where her storage spot is. You know, we all have that cupboard that's full of the junk food. You know, the cupboard that you don't open when you have company, so you can give that illusion that, you know, you only feed your children the absolute best and there's no junk around. Don't open that cupboard. But not Zai. You know, Zai doesn't have a cupboard full of that. She has a couch full of it. You know, pull the cushions up, stuff the chocolate bars and candies into the couch. Nobody will find it in the couch. You know what happened?
Beats avocados.
You know what would happen if I stuffed the couch full of chocolate bars and candies and all that?
You'd be eating a lot of melted chocolate?
Well, I wouldn't be eating it, but I'd be creating a fair amount of melted chocolate. Or the cat would fucking pilfer. Amy's cat will steal anything. If it's not nailed down, Amy's cat will steal it. I have zero faith in that animal, other than the faith that it's going to get up to no good.
don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head.
I've had
My
to
boy
retrieve.
hides Hot Wheels in the couch.
I've had to retrieve my debit card from underneath a bed because that's the cat's hiding spot, is underneath one bed. I had to retrieve my debit card from there before. Car keys. Oh, you name it, that cat's fucking stolen. It's like,
Oh, she's
it's like a magpie.
Heart raven.
Anything shiny is just
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, Zen28, that you feel my pain. Nothing like flopping down on the couch and whoa, what was that?
Oh, there's far worse things than sitting down on a Matchbox car. Be in a rush, slam your foot into a steel-toed boot that has, you know, a Matchbox motorcycle or those little micromobile airplanes, the fighter jets with the fins. I cut my foot open something fierce inside a cowboy boot with one of them once.
Oh no. Thank you so much. I just love talking to parents of boys that are older because you can just forewarn me.
Don't bother to tell them not to stick that in their ears or up their nose. Just buy things that are too big to fit. Oh, Legos are vicious. Legos?
Yeah,
oh my god.
I'm lucky on that one because he's still really little, so his Legos are huge. You know, that's not gonna be an accident. But yeah, those tiny, tiny little bricks. I'm really looking forward to that.
I think I'd rather get glass slivers than step on Lego. And like, we have all hardwood flooring, up and down in this house. It's all hardwood flooring. There's no give. You step on a Lego, that's gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, at least on carpet, you know, you got that little cushion.
A little
but-
bit of cushion. Not that it helps much, but any help is good help.
Yeah.
You know, you want to see a grown man cry? Make him walk on Lego. Oh, Chevy's got it. And the little green army men. Mitch has this obsession with setting up war zones with the little green army men. He's had it as long as I can remember. If you don't hear him, and you know, he's not like this is a little kid. Like, he'll be 14 in February. But he still sets up these war zones around the house with the little green army men. You step on the wrong personnel, that really hurts too.
So once we get to that age, I want to start wearing shoes in the house.
At least dogs. At least dogs or sandals.
Alrighty then. Oh my goodness, Big Down Boobs had some epic vape mail. It's been a good week.
I'm scared to click the link. Every time I click a link, I start dropping frames.
Oh.
I can't say that I've tripped over a dishwasher door, but I have fallen over an oven door before.
Oh. I hope it wasn't hot, but
No.
if it was open, it probably was. Oh, okay, lucky.
No, I don't know what the little brother was up to, but it got left open and my eyes weren't all that wide open and I went for a tumble. Good night, Jess.
Have a good night, Chess.
Pain without love, pain. I can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all.
So the Fogger Big Bamboo, that's V1 or V2?
I'd like to get my hands
I don't
on
know
a
if you
V2
can tell.
Frogger.
You're sick of feeling numb. You're not the only one. I'll take you by the hand and I'll show you a world that you can understand. This
Joe got a good deal on them, so he actually we did kind of like almost like a group buy. He got 3 of them for Kriegs, myself, and himself. So I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on that because I haven't tried any of this style yet of atomizer, so I'm pretty excited about that one. Oh, I love it, Z28. You found a meme. On a scale of 1 to stepping on a Lego, how much pain are you in? That kind of puts it in perspective.
You wouldn't think it would hurt that much, but it's one of those memories that really sticks with you.
I don't care to mention how old I am, but old enough that it's been a really long time since I played with Lego. And let me put it this way, I still remember the pain from being a child and doing that, so it obviously made quite an impression.
You're never too old to play with Lego. Just saying.
No, I agree with that. Actually, I have a box full of my original Lego, and I've been saving it all this time. I couldn't figure out why I was saving it. I kept saying in case I have children someday. So someday when he's old enough for the small pieces, he can play with mommy's ancient Lego. Yeah,
as soon as he quits eating crayons, you're good. In Smoke Eater's case, he still isn't allowed to
have little pieces.
Yeah.
He's only allowed the big blocks like my son gets.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Big Bam said take the mesh out and use silica for the fogger. He thinks it's way better. Okay, I will keep that in mind. I'm really curious about the mesh wick. That was kind of almost a little bit part of the draw for me, is it's kind of like a redesigned Jenny, but I'm not that picky. I just want it to work and not leak. The last one. Let me make sure I did. Okay, I'm going back. Oh, okay. Oh, you reposted it. That's just too easy now. No, I didn't see that one. Cool. Have you had a chance to use it? I see you've got an atomizer on it, so what did you think? Ashton's Vaping. You're saying no stainless steel rope. Are you saying use the stainless steel rope in the fogger? I am intrigued. I haven't played with that at all yet. Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, I've never even had my hands on a fogger yet, so I don't know what would be best. I just know I really like the mesh, but I see if you had a hollow rolled mesh in there, it could probably be pretty leaky. It would be my take on it.
Actually, I don't have the AGR Plus. I've been using what seems to live on my Nemesis clone is the Immortalizer clone. Oh, okay, Murdoch, we won't tell anyone you're here.
Hey, Murdoch.
And I would say hi, but you're not here, so. I'm talking to myself.
Invisible Man.
Yes, that's right. We won't tell anyone that you're not here. But if you were here, we'd be glad to see you. Okay, let's check this out. Oh my goodness, that looks so trippy. Because of the shadows and the background on it, it makes it look like the bottom of the Nemi is flanged. What? There's punch and pie? Nobody told me.
You know, I haven't even
Now,
played
where are
with
they
an
leaking
AGR.
from? Yeah, nor I. Ice cream too, man. I'm living in my ever out of the loop. Where are they leaking from? Because yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Big Bamboo is mentioning it's about the Cardo, and that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the AGR is supposed to be designed for the Bogue style Cardo, an unflanged Bogue Cardo.
Hello, Wayne. Welcome to the room.
Now for me, my days of Cardo tanks are over unless it's a Vash tank. And that's just because they're gorgeous. And not that I overly enjoy Cardo tank, but Vash's work is just amazing. Evening, Wayne. Did you have Angie hiding out in the wings with you, Wayne? Well, usually about a minute after one of you signs in, the other one signs in, so... Well, you have a good night, Ponytail Jones.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I've been playing with an idea for a while, and this morning I took the first step towards it. Tiger and I talked about quite a while ago, and that's launching a juice line that is specifically made for Jennies. A thicker, richer, over-the-top, absolute gourmet juice line just for Jennies. Nice.
Only tested on Jennies, just for the Jenny lovers of the world. And good evening, Angie.
There
so
she is.
I was looking for ways to make this, a complete success. And I was looking at different bottles. As Jenny users, we are syringe fanatics. We all have our collection of syringes. We're used to using them. We carry them everywhere. We look like junkies. We open up our vape kit. We look like bloody junkies. And that's not exactly a bad thing. You can use all the needle tip bottles you want, but with Jennies, a syringe reigns supreme. And they're a pain in the butt to use with most bottles. You gotta pop the top off, and so I sourced 60 ml glass bottles, wide mouth, square body, so they're tougher than hell. And I ordered a couple cases of them this morning. And so
Cool.
when the Jenny Juice line goes live, it is going to be available in 60 ml bottles, wide mouth, exactly for syringes.
Right on.
And it'll only come in glass.
That sounds really, really good. Oh, there, Bamboo's ready to order now. Take my money.
Well, as a Jenny Vapor, I wanted it to be available for people, and I don't know if I'll run it directly through me, or if I will talk nice to Creegs and have it run right through River City, so that he can take care of the shipping. Holy shit, what was that, Z28?
Yeah.
It's one seriously confuzzled link.
He stepped on a Lego.
I don't speak geek. I'm going to need a translation, please.
Try to make it through my life in my way.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Try to make it through these lies, and that's all I do. Just don't deny it. Don't try to fight this and deal with it, and that's just part of it.
And see, my take on a Jenny style juice is as close to 100% VG as a person can get. And it's certain flavors don't play nice off of stainless steel, but there's replacements for them that do. So it's changing juices so that they flow smooth off of Jenny, no sharpness to them. So you get that ultimate creaminess that only a Jenny can provide. Uber thick, thick, luxurious, over-the-top flavor juice that will work from 8 watts to 38 watts type of thing.
And produce insane clouds.
And in my head, what I've got, plunking around is have it only in 60 ml bottles, all glass, and priced at, right around $30 a bottle. To an ultra gourmet at 50 cents a milliliter. I think that's a home run day in, day out.
Right on, Bamboo. Yeah, we got good juice north of the 49. Corey's a big part of why.
My take with juice is if it's not good, why the fuck bother putting it in a bottle? Dump that shit down the drain, run some hot water behind it, and start over. If it's not something that I would be proud to hand to somebody face to face, I'm not going to sell it online. You know, if I can't see that it's a good juice, it ain't going anywhere else. That doesn't mean I have to like it. You know, peanut butter and jam, I don't like. But I still know that it's a decent juice and it is well blended because I put it through its paces. I had it tested.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in my roster of favorites, but when I tasted it, I was so impressed. It was like eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the bread.
Yep.
It was like, you nailed it. New Zealand, well, we're still, Corey's still figuring out the distribution on this one. You know, if that didn't work out, I'm sure we can find a way to get some into your hands.
I got no problem shipping worldwide.
There we go.
I don't know, I'd like to get the testers out into a few people's hands within the next couple weeks and look for line launch either first week in December or January 1st.
Right on.
I don't want to have to worry about having a juice thin enough that it drips well or works in a cardo or in an eye clear or whatever else. Besides, I like the way it sounds. Jenny juice.
Yes, KP, that is exactly the idea. And, well, Corey was discussing it. Designed to vape beautifully off of stainless steel.
Well, if it was the DSV Extreme Peach that you got from Maple or from CEV Big Bamboo, that is just a light menthol. Like, there's only enough menthol added to it to just give it a touch of coolness. And I have made that one far stronger menthol for my own vaping. But I haven't released a whole lot of heavy menthols. I thought there was enough of them out there that I wanted to go more the flavor route than the menthol route.
Brass nuts, you've seen someone on VapeStrong with a Ricardamon lightsaber mod. Was it Corey? And you come to the right room because Ricardamon's with us in the room right now.
Would this be the mod? Yes, I'm guilty. I did not have a battery in it. I need a tank.
Oh, did all the parts come in, Ricardo? I thought you're still waiting on some stuff. Oh, right on.
Yeah, that pro tank's a little flooded, but it'll get there.
Yeah, that's a case of bad timing. Sorry about that.
No problem, Puffer. If you want to put in what you want, then Tiger will do the randomizer.
Alrighty.
So everybody's in for a treat because we've got Style and Puffer here wanting to do a Puffer's Potions giveaway. That pro tank's in sad shape.
Really floody. Slurpy.
It's full of Jughead's Carmelo Bacco.
Oh yeah, you guys are in for a treat. 3 12 ml bottles of Turk. That's like, if you've ever had a Big Turk chocolate bar, it's like that gooey, yummy, red candy
Turkish
sticky
Delight.
center with the Turkish Delight. There you go. Thank you. With milk chocolate. Yeah, it's good.
It's goodness.
12 milligrams. Right. So we will use the handy dandy Vaughn randomizer. I'm going to enter this in. It's going to pick a random name, if I'm doing this right, which I hope I am. And there we go. Our
My
winner is
LT1
Z28.
Z28.
Congratulations. Now, Style and Puffer, do you have an email address for the winner they can reach you at? Oh, you're in the US,
That's no
Stylin'?
problem.
Are you shipping?
That's no problem.
No problem? Excellent.
Stylin' does not have border issues.
Excellent. She'll provide an email address. When you see that, you'll need to send an email including your screen name, the screen name you're using in the room now, your real name, your shipping information, and she won't need any other information because we already know it's 12 milligram strength. So.
You know, I really like my lightsaber that Rick built for me, and it's a good mod. It's a straight up, 3.7 volt vape. It works great, and it's a conversation piece. But when I bring out the one big mod, I have no choice but to bring out the destroyer at the same time. This is called the SR Destroyer. It is a twin 26700 variable voltage device that is able to go sub-ohm, and it can push out 35 watts of continuous power. And I run it on 26700 Moly cell batteries that are individually rated at 40 amps apiece.
Now, Bamboo just said something, and now I'm second guessing myself. Stylen, did I understand you right, or did I misunderstand you? Did you intend for that to be 3 prizes, or was that 1 giveaway? We'll just figure this out here. I might have to eat my words.
Well, the thing is with this mod, guys, it was built to my specifications. There's 10 of them in existence, and this is number 1. And the guy that built them doesn't mod anymore. I don't know how to check IMs in this. Not a clue. Skype me, Wayne. Skype me. So while we're at it, you know, we've got another contestant. So what we've got now is a 20% coupon from VapeStrong.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Now on this mod, Brass Nuts, you're gonna get, like, I'm vaping at about 32 watts on it right now, and you're gonna get about 28 mils of juice dripped before it starts to drop off.
Okay, so for a 20% off coupon at VapeStrong, that's basically the Canadian source for DIY. You're going to get everything you possibly need. Your tools, advice, recipes, flavorings, everything you need. And are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready? All right, here we go. Cross your fingers.
Maybe run that one again. I don't think.
I think so.
I don't think Joe DIYs.
Joe, are you listening? Look, we'll hook you up if you want to try some DIY. We're gonna redraw that one. Yeah, this is true. When he finally vapes through all that juice, we'll hook him up with DIY. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Ashton's Vaping. You're going to be doing some DIY, 20% off coupon. And do we have the code to provide to that person?
Nope. Give them my Darkside account, and then I will email them back the code.
Okay. Here is the email you need to respond to, Ashton, and
just screen name, real name, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
Screen name, real name that you won the 20% off coupon.
eyes are open wide. By the way, I made it through the day. I watched the world outside. By the way, I'm leaving out today. I just saw Haley's comments your way. Said, why you
And there we go. There's the website to visit, and for the rest of you as well. Just a great source for all that stuff.
Well, the border is the big unknown. They always get there. If not, send me an email and I reship. I try shipping on the cheap, and say we got about a 70% success rate. The other 30%, I end up having to reship the expensive way.
This is my one and only voice, so listen close. It's only for today. I just saw Haley's comments your way.
Z28, you can thank Corey for that. He is our DJ. But yes, I agree. I've always enjoyed his picks.
I mean, you can't even hear it.
I can see what's playing, and when I used to be able to hear it, I always like hear music, so it's all good.
And I can't take a whole lot of credit for the music. I run an online radio, and that's where I pull my music from. And I just build a band list. And like I'll put in like 10 suggestions for bands, and then it'll pull up more in that genre. And then I just build my own radio station of what I want to listen to that way. And that's exactly what I'm using Z28. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but that's what I'm using. I don't know, a double-digit serial number Caravella. Yeah, there's 10 of them, Dave. There's 10 of them in existence. And this is number 1.
Oh, Z28 Skillet's one of my favorites.
And believe it or not, Skillet is a church band. Their genre is Christian rock. I never knew that before, but I love their music. It's extremely talented group. And
Oh,
that's
I
the
see
thing
what's
with,
playing. That's actually one of my very favorite songs of theirs, too.
with the Destroyer, it's a conversation piece. It's a monster. It's over the top, powerful. but it's not an all-day, everyday device. It's just too big, too tall, too easy to knock over. Oh, I remember Striper, Petra, child of the 80s. It works like an everyday device, but it never could be one.
Thanks, Joe. This is my zoo hat. I took my boy to the zoo for the very first time yesterday, and we had a blast.
You know what's getting close to winter time? When I got my beer fridge sitting beside my desk right full of bottled water and there's not a beer to be had in it.
Uh-oh.
As soon as it starts to cool down, we switch to hard stuff because you need your antifreeze.
Yes, it's got a big paw print on it and it's sparkly. It's a sparkly paw print. I am I'm going to screenshot that, Joe.
White rum, dark rum, amber rum, makes no difference. Rum is good stuff.
Oh no, it's fun with camera.
We have disappearing tiger.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know it would do that. It's reading it as green or something?
No, I got a slider here to change the opaque
of okay,
the image.
I'll go back to there you go. There, I'm a ghost now.
Cartoon you. Give you the flu.
Oh, like this? There. Have I got it right now?
I better not do that.
Uh-oh. there.
You need a gooseneck with, you know, an atomizer in between, and then one of those big ass long bent grip tips, and get it all spun around. So you just leave that VTR sitting on your desk, and just like in straw position, you just have to hit the button, and you know, instead of the microphone beside your face, you got the drip tip right there.
Turning back this time. This is my new design. Sometimes I feel so alone. It feels like I'm standing out here on my own. I've never.
I don't know how people break mods. Like, how many times have we had mod dominoes on my desk, and they go fucking everywhere. You know, I've broken glass tanks, I've broken grip tips. But I honestly don't think I've ever broke a mod.
What you doing to me could have been you so easily. You looked the other way, even though we were close the other day. And I'm still trying to get up this hill. I need you just like a pill. I've never felt this way.
Beetle, there's no such thing as too many mods. That is just, you know, an assumption of those with lesser collections.
Oh, I like that. I'm so glad this show is recorded. I'm going to keep that forever.
I was unaware that KP had any clones.
I was just going to say his imaginary clones. Yeah, the ones I saw were designed for Ego-style batteries. But you never know.
Everything will be alright. I'm moving, so pleased to meet you. But I am moving on. Try to pass it to another, but it's coming on. I can't wait to find out. Break me, can't seem to climb out. I'm stuck again. If I'm not in a minute, I'm jumping in. Let's start again. I'm sick of this last trust. Get it out, you're feeling this move. Back you wanna feel how it is. Trust, get it out, you're feeling this move. Back you wanna feel how it is. Sometimes I feel so alone. It feels like I'm standing out here on my own. I've never felt so far from home. It's coming on, it's me when I step outside myself.
I want the modular stands from Switcher once they finally come in. About 3 of them. And another desk just for the stands.
Yeah, I think so.
See, I always thought the Pravari was the workhorse of the vaping community.
Mm-hmm. The Pravari has the quality. The Valmo is like, how would you say? It's like the cheapo one. I mean, mine just keeps going. I've referred to them as workhorses, but
The brainstorming about the stand, KP, it's called I got bloody busy. The paper is still all drawn out, and we'll make it happen. Just need time. Yeah, the Vamo is the Jetta diesel of the vaping world.
Oh, I was still working with the horse thing, and I was like, okay, well, maybe the Bama's like the pack mule.
The Shetland pony.
Yeah, there you go.
Found those pictures I took that you were looking for. If there's one memory I don't wanna lose, that time at the mall, you and me in the dressing room. I torn myself.
Oh, no, nobody's hating on the Bama. We all own Bamos. They're a good device. They work great. You know, as long as you got one of the good bottom spring.
Or replace that.
You know, they seem to be pretty good. There's been a few that have faulted out. My Bamo's still going strong. Do I use it very much anymore?
have to.
Nope.
Yeah. I did eventually have to fix something on mine. The center pin kept pushing in and not really popping up. I had to work a little O-ring in there, and it's behaved ever since.
Well, I will admit, Pravari took me a day or so to get used to. But I've been really, really happy with all the Pravaris I've had.
I gotta be more careful what I do that gets screenshotted. That's all I'm saying about that.
Well, don't deep throat your Bamo, there won't be a problem.
No, just some of the expressions. This is not really damning. It's just oh, jeez.
Well, for me, one day to the next, I don't know what I'll be vaping. You can be guaranteed that there's going to be a Chi-Yu and a Poldiak in my vape bag. Other than that, all bets are off. You know, a while ago, Amy had a pretty good idea for me to be able to sort out the mod collection. And that's to clean everything, take the batteries out of everything, clean every atomizer, and put everything away. Keep out one device, put everything else away. And then, you know, after 2 months, whatever isn't taken out gets sold off. The problem is, there's no way in hell that in 2 months I wouldn't have pulled out every last one of them. Even if it was just to polish them. They would all get out again. Velcro and a bag of cheesies, and you should be good to go.
I think we're gonna have to get up at the crack of dawn tomorrow. He will not be allowed to nap. I'm gonna run that kid ragged. We're going to the park.
You'll spend the whole morning playing fetch with your son.
Use my father's old trick. When I was really, really sick and coughing and couldn't sleep, he would give me a tiny, tiny little shot of what he called hospital brandy.
Well, see, my parents were this, very staunch, non-drinking, no alcohol in the house type people. But as we all know, gripe water back in the day was like 28% alcohol.
Yeah.
And Mom will not deny that there was times she filled my bottle with gripe water, gave me the bottle and put me to bed, and they wonder why I turned out to be a drunk. You go to the store, you buy one bottle of milk and a case of gripe water. Well, it wasn't that I was a colicky child. I had a hangover. Exactly, Wayne. My alcoholism is not my fault. It really isn't. This is one legitimate thing I can say is my parents' fault. I didn't know better. I don't think it was licorice flavored back then, Stalin. I think it was all dill flavored.
Oh, weird.
But no, I was an adult, and Mom showed me one of the bottles that was still in the cupboard, and it was the Black Label Price Watchers Pharmacy brand, 28% alcohol, and it was dill pickle flavored, for lack of it tasted like dill.
Wow, that is really strange. I didn't know that was the original flavoring. Yeah, somebody mentioned licorice. Style Pepper mentioned that. That's what my son's tasted like, but his is the new stuff. It doesn't have any alcohol in it.
Zero alcohol, just like the pharmacy e-liquid, zero nil. You just can't get the good stuff when you really need it. Well, there was no abusing cough syrup in our house. My mother was a firm believer in Buckley's, and you never take a second swig of that if you don't need to. See, I don't know if there's any medicinal value in Buckley's. I think it's all willpower. The shit tastes so fucking bad that you know that you're gonna have, if you stay sick, you're gonna have to take more of this. So you just will yourself to be healthy so that you do not have to do this again.
No, I didn't even know there was an extension for Chrome called that. What does that do? Oh, that's cool. That's actually a handy extension. Thanks for the tip. Beetle, that's not a silly question. I have noticed that. And there's too many factors at play to be really sure of why. First of all, I mean, my health is better anyway because I'm not filling my body with poisons, right? Also, you're not impeding lung function as much by inhaling burning smoke all the time. But there's also an argument to be made for the fact that we're always inhaling PG, and that kills germs. They used to use it, and I think still do in places in hospital air systems, because it just sort of sanitizes the air in the hospital.
It's an
kills
antiviral.
And then viral as well.
If you want to look even further into it, most of us were porch smokers. We were outside smoking. You know, most of us have children. We didn't smoke in our homes. And now a person's not going many times a day from the warm house into the cold to light up, you know, finish what you're doing and back into the house. I know for myself, very rarely did I grab a parka in the wintertime. You just throw on, you know, something quick, and out the door you go, have your 3-minute power cigarette and back in the house again. And I think that played into the winter colds as well.
Yeah. And I find when I do get a little cold, it doesn't last like it used to. I mean, I there was times in my life I could be sick for weeks with a simple cold, and now it's, you know, a few days and you're through it.
Well, the other thing I've noticed is,
on the rare occasion it happens.
You know, I used to get hay fever really bad, and the last 2 years, not one instance of hay fever.
That's nice. I bet you don't miss that. Yeah, I remember as a smoker, it was almost a sure thing that in the fall I would get a bad cough that would progress right into bronchitis, and I'd have just an evil cough for weeks into months. Don't miss that.
Well, for several years I kept telling myself that my constant cough was because of working in a welding shop. Surprise, surprise. I started vaping, quit smoking, and 2 weeks later I no longer had what I then knew was a smoker's cough.
Yeah.
But boy, in that first 3 months did my lungs purge an amazing amount of garbage. Oh, it was disgusting, Puffer. I thought I was dying. Just mouthfuls.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, I am an asthmatic. I haven't owned an inhaler now for longer than I can remember. I've never missed it. Go figure.
Now, Kingpin, if you drilled out to get rid of those threads, the odds of hot spotting are going to go down. Now, mine didn't hotspot. I built it standard style. I wrapped the coil on a drill bit, then installed the drill bit down into the hole, tightened up my coil, then rolled my wick, inserted my wick, and pulsed it. And I had to adjust one wire, and that was it. After the one wire adjustment, we were 100% good to go. And I put about 50 milliliters through it in the last few days here. Yeah, I expect it would be better with the threads drilled out, same as the Cobra is. Well, Big Bamboo, I think we've all been there.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because a couple months into vaping, I met a person who was obviously still a very heavy smoker, and this person was talking to me and they kept leaning in to talk, and the more they leaned in, the more I leaned back because we were indoors. Nobody was smoking at that point, but just the smell of the smoking on this person and their breath, it was absolutely overwhelming. And all I could think about, I could hardly focus on what the guy was saying. All I could think about was like, is that what it was like talking to me? And I was horrified. So yeah, we've all had that moment of realization. It's like, whoa.
Here's my K-Fun light right there.
Yeah, Puffer, I agree, and I hear what you're saying. You know, I always kept it away from my son. We never, ever smoked around him. Always outside, or you know, there was a room in the house that was separated completely from the rest, and we would go there if it was really cold. It didn't permeate much. I mean, now you know the smell is there, but. When I realize now, talking to people who are still heavy smokers, it's like, ew, and to think that I would come in from the cold, have a sip of water, and then kiss my little boy. Oh, poor little guy. This is so much better.
Now the airflow on the light, I would say is a touch looser than it is on my 3.1 with the 3.1 wide open. For me, being a Jenny Vapor and a modified dripper, I would say it's still a little on the tight side, but it is good. You know, I can still run, mid 20 watt without a whole lot of a problem. You know, right here, this is a 0.6 ohm coil, and I'm running it, on a PAPS Lux.
There's another world inside of me that you may never see. There are secrets in this life that I can't hide. Somewhere in this darkness there's a light that I can't find. Well, maybe it's too far away, or maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I'm
Oh, sounds like fun, Z28. Have a good day tomorrow. And safe travels.
No, I think you're gonna be okay, Ashton. Like, I normally vape a 1/8" hole, and I think you're gonna be okay with it. It's well thought out. Have fun, Z28. Well, another thing I noticed is my salt intake. You know, I used to salt food heavily. Now, I don't even
Yeah.
touch the salt shaker.
Yeah. Don't need it. You can taste your food. But we've run a little overtime here tonight. I'm probably gonna have to get out of here too soon.
So, on that note, thank you one and all for coming. As always, it's been our pleasure to have you here with us.
Yeah, time flew tonight.
Yeah, I am not going to try drilling mine out, Ashton. So take care, one and all. Vape on and vape strong. And please remember that we have Vape Night in Canada here tomorrow night. And Tiger is
Yep.
going to be guest starring over at Nova on Mod Envy tomorrow night.
If
You
my
are-
little boy
you-
allows it.
Positive thinking, you are going to be guest starring.
Yeah,
So-
7 p.m. Vape Night in Canada here. And then Joe and I will be back at 10. Done deal.
So thank you one and all. Have a glorious rest of your evening. And catch you all tomorrow.
Have a good night.